chahi. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहंस परिवादिकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत कृष्ण प्रामूर्ति बचन दयानंद स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to lotus feet of Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, okay. Chapter 16, Text 33. Okay. Tata samadhya mano manishaya. Tata samadhaya mano manishaya. Babhasha eta pratilabdha vagasu. Babhasa eta pratilabdha vagasu. Niyamaya sarvendriya badhyavartanam. Niyamaya sarvendriya badhyavartanam. Jagadgurum satvata shastra vigraham. Jagadgurum satvata shastra vigraham. Tata samadhya mano manishaya. Babasa eta pratilabdha vagashu. Niyamya sarvendriya bahyavartanam. Jagadgurum satvata shastra vigraham. Tatasamadaya mano manishaya. Bhavapsayeta pralidapta vagaso. Niyamya sarvendriyabayavartanam Jagadgurum Satvatasashta Vigraham Tamsamadaya. After Samadaya, controlling, Mana, the mind, Manishaya, by his intelligence, Babasa, spoke, Etat, this, Pratilapta, Rikha, that one, King Chitraketu, of all the external, Vart, Vartanam, the wandering, Jagadguru of devotional service, Shastra of the Holy Scripture, Vigraham, the personified form, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Thereafter, by controlling his mind with his intelligence and thus restricting his senses from external engagements, he recovered suitable words with which to express his feelings. Thus, he began offering, who is a personification of holy scriptures. The Satvat Samhitas like one cannot offer. Quoting the following verse from Padma Puran, Swami forbids us to sing any song not sung by authorized devotees. Avaishnava Mukhodgrinam Bhutam Hari Kathamritam Shravanam Na Eva Kartavya. The rules and regulation chanting the Hare Krishna mantra accepted by pure devotees. The Lord can never be accepted. Prayers to the Lord in any is supported by all Vedic literature. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnanam Janashalakaya Chakshur Umlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitenya Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Supnadantikam Vancha Kalpatarupaksha Kupra Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaur Bhaktabunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in translation, it's written that thereby controlling his mind with intelligence and thus restricting his senses from external engagement. So this is the quality of person who is in yoga. He is a yoga aruda person who situated himself in complete yoga practice. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 5, there is a quality of person given who is in the yoga aruda platform, that he keep all the external sense object outside. He control the mind, intelligence. He keeps his eyes between his eyebrows, prana and apana, external and internal air in the nostril is pranayama, and he is moksha parayana. He is working toward the moksha, and he is free from the attachment, fear, anger, and he is already situated in the liberated state. So without controlling the mind intelligence, one cannot be a yogi. And Bhagavad Gita chapter number 6 is that how to control the mind. There is a verse, Yukta ahara viharasya, Yukta chestasa karmasu, Yukta swapnava bodhasya, Yogo bhavati dukhava. Before there is a verse, Na asti na ati ashnat tu yoga asti. Na an asti kantam an ashnat. Means or not eating at all. One cannot become yogi. Na cha ati swapna silasya. If you are sleeping too much, if it does not sleep at all, you cannot become yogi. And the next verse says that how the yoga can give you, means make you away from all the suffering. That you should be regulated in the manner of eating, you should be regulated in the manner of recreation, you should be regulated in the manner of sleeping, you should be regulated in the manner of using your sense organs for doing your various activities. And by doing this thing, you'll be free from your suffering. And this stage is only possible once mind and intelligence is fixed in Atma and Paramatma. Initially, it is difficult. We are at the stage of yoga or ruksha. We are trying to attain that stage. So, for our, we cannot sit and meditate at one place, keeping our eyes closed, because we are not in a purified consciousness. So, we have to do Nishkam Karma Yoga. And by doing Nishkam Karma Yoga, we hear again and again in Bhagavad Gita that how we become purified. So, for us, prescribed duties, for example, doing services in a temple, going out for book distribution or doing prasadam distribution, that is our activities. That will help us to keep active, that will help us to engage our senses actively in a Krishna consciousness, because soul by nature is active, it needs engagement. Without engagement, soul cannot work. So we have to work. And the Yoga Ruda person is a person who has already achieved the state of Jnana. He's a very steady person. He can abstain all the work. He can renunciate all the things and he can achieve the liberation. But for us, if we do this, we have no adhikar. We don't have qualification. Sve sve adhikareya nishta. Saguna parikirtita. Vipararyaya tu doshashat. Ubayor is ubayor means svese adhikaraya nishtha. The meaning of the verse is that whatever the qualification at the level of nishtha is called piety. And depart anything apart from this, it's called impiety. And the learned person have distinguished two things: that what is piety, what is unpiety. So whatever the level of steadiness, whatever is our level of steadiness, that is called piety. So the Yoga Ruda person, for him, he can abstain all the work. He can sit quietly, he can meditate at one place. Because for him, doing the work is disruption in the meditation. Because he has already reached that stage. Or he's already at that platform where he can sit and meditate on Atma and Paramatma. For example, Dhruv Maharaj. He was meditating in forest, in the woods. And for him, Paramatma, he can see the Paramatma inside, as Prabhu was telling that he can see he can see the form of Lord inside. And when he opened the eyes, and Narad Muni, he's seen for one time, but he was seeing the Lord inside. So for him, he is already in the purified platform. And the same Lord, the same form came outside. For us to reach that stage, we have to work and we have to come to that platform. Arjuna was asking the same question to Krishna, that why I cannot be at that stage, why I cannot be practice I have to fight. That okay, Maharaj, he cannot take renunciation. He has to take. Since Janak Maharaj took sannyas, why I am not supposed to take non-violence? So Krishna told that no, that is not your swadharma. Shreyan padharma niguno. Even if you are doing your duty imperfectly, do it. It's better to do rather than other person work perfectly. The Krishna says, King Janak, he was doing his prescription very properly in his previous lives. So, since he was doing his duty perfectly, feel that now he has previous lives, this goes on and on, then the desire of doing that work decreases. And then you are qualified to act as a renunciant. So it has become his prescribed dharma, because he was practicing the non-violence from so many lifetimes. So it was suitable for him to practice this. For Arjuna, it was not suitable because He has not practiced this non-violence for a long time. So this was the situation. Now the second thing is that you that the then he can find suitable words to offer prayers to Lord. Quoting following verses from Padma Purana, Sri Sanatana Goswami forbids us to sing any song not sung by authorized devotee. Any knowledge which is not in the scripture, sorry, you not told yesterday, but Ratri Vidimina, knowledge, it should come from scriptures and it should come from Mahajana. There are 12 Mahajans and we should follow those people. Tarakah, Apratishthitah, Shrutayah, Vibhinnah. That is, dry arguments are illogical. And the next line is that Na asya rishi tadasya rishi asya matam na bin. If his opinion is not differing from the other people. Dharmasya dharmasya tatvam nihittam guhyam. Means the truth of the Vedic principle is hidden in the soul. If we try to follow our whimsical nature, it's just a disturbance to the society. And Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita also, Tajnana Prapsvaya, that they worship different demigods according to their own whimsical nature. And this is a very dangerous thing. And this is more prevalent in India, that people try to create their own ideas. They build the temple at different places, even the small temples. And every morning, everyone goes to offer incense or camphor. And when we ask them, they don't have any answer. What we have to learn is that what Rupa Goswami Prabhupada is asking us to do. And this knowledge of Rupa Goswami Prabhupada has been learned and it has been digested by our authorities. So it is everything is very easy for us. The homework has been done by our acharyas. The only thing we have to do is that we have to follow them. Tasmad guru prapadyate, jignashu shreya uttamam, shabda parecha nishnatam, brahmani upasmay ashrayam. Means, what is the qualification of the spiritual master? He is expert in the Shabda Brahman. He understood the conclusion of the scriptures and he is expert in convincing. So we have to follow that authorities. And it will make our work easy and it will help us to come from the Vaidhi platform to the spontaneity platform. So only thing we need to do is that sincerely carry out the order of spiritual master. The words or a song of a person not fixed in Vaishnava behavior, not strictly following the rules and regulation, and chanting the Hare Krishna mantra should not be accepted by pure devotees. So there are certain rules and regulation given in the scriptures. Prabhupada gives us rules and regulation. We have to chant 16 round. We have to follow 4 regulatory principles. Do this thing. So according to our ISKCON, our own movement, what we have to follow is that chanting 16 round, coming up early in the morning to Mangala Aarti. That is the most important thing. If you really need to have a taste, if you really need to have a nectar coming to your life, then you have to wake up in the morning. That is a austerity. That is a big. No one wants to wake up early in the morning. But why we are doing this thing? For the higher cause. We need something in our life. We know the object of worship is Krishna. It struck me a lot. Our goal should be determined. What we are doing in our life, which voluntary thing we have done. I was reading NOD at work for 7-Eleven or work for any gas station. Or we can come over here and voluntarily serve Krishna. That's our free will. And Krishna take that. I will take care of you. Krishna says in 9:22 that I will take care of you. Ananya chintayanto mam ye jana prupasate. Tesham nityapyuktanam yogakshemaham. I will preserve what you have and I will provide what you don't have. Now who will take care of such things? No one can give you such guarantee that I will preserve what you have and I will provide you what you don't have. So only thing we have to have firm faith in the words of spiritual master. We have to have firm faith in the words of Krishna and sincerely work toward the mission. If the Krishna will see sincerity in your heart, There is nothing hard for Krishna. Krishna can lift the Govardhan hill with his pinky. Krishna can do anything. The only thing he needs is your true sincerity and true willingness to serve with the full determination. Utsaha nischayat dharyad. Without determination and without enthusiasm, you can't work. This is not a material thing where you're paid. You wake up early in the morning, you drive your car at 70 miles per hour, you go for a job, you get money, and you come back. No. If you're not spiritually surcharged, you can't wake up in the morning. If you're not spiritually surcharged, you can't do anything. You need to be, you need to adjust yourself if you're not adjusted. And if you're not adjusted, you can talk with the authorities that what should I do? I'm inclined to do this kind of service. Can you help me? And they will train you. Initially, they know everything that you're not being trained. You have got some your own ideas and own way of living. And depending upon your own nature, they will guide you in the service which you like. And then, looking at your inclination, they will help you to move forward in that direction. And that is how you try to learn to serve Krishna daily by daily. And moment you start progressing, and the day you come where you are the road, then your service might change. Tell you that okay, now this service I want you to go over there to do this service. But initially they will help you. But how they will help you? They need their will. They need your willingness. Unless you are not willing, unless you are not open, the authorities or no one can help you for anything. So we have to keep ourselves really open. We are over here to get the best thing. We are the safest place. Here we can go on the Sheridan Road right now. People are stuck in the traffic going for the job. We don't have to do all these things. We have to just stay over here very peacefully, engage our mind in serving Krishna. What Krishna liked the best. We are writing yesterday in the paper prayers. So in that prayer, I was thinking what to write, and I wrote that I'm really thankful to Krishna that he has sent his true representative, because we don't know who is the spiritual, but his internal mood, we cannot understand his internal mood. It's very hard for us to understand. So he has sent his true representative who can really guide us to go toward Krishna by engaging in different service, which can make Radha and Krishna happy. And we can learn to satisfy the Krishna's desire. That is a way far out thing to set in what we are doing. It's very, very, very mano eva manushyanam karana bandha mokshaya. Yesterday I was asking the Prabhu about the verse, and he told that this is given in the verse. The verse was, you should not degrade your soul with your mind. You should deliver your soul with the mind. Mind could be the best friend, mind could be the best enemy. So how the mind could be the best friend? If it is engaged in a service of Krishna. Our soul need engagement, but because of the impression of the past desires, our soul is covered. Our soul is covered, and therefore we cannot identify ourselves as a Shuddha platform. We are identifying ourselves as a mind, and we are engaged in so many activities. But if the same soul has given engagement in a higher service, the same soul can overcome the desire of mind, desire of, and our intelligence can help us to engage that soul in a pure service of Radha Krishna. The words Satvata Shastram Vigram indicate that Sachitanand body of the Lord can never be accepted to be made by Maya. The body of the Lord, it's transcendental. Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 4, verse 6. It says that the Krishna is unborn. He's transcendental. He's Lord of all living entity. But still he come in different millennium in his own transcendental form. So why he is coming? Prabhupada writes in a purport. He is coming because how he is coming first? He is coming in his own Swarupa, Satchit Anand Vigra, eternal knowledge, bliss, and eternity, knowledge, and bliss. And why he is coming? Because he is coming. How he is coming? He is coming in the Yog Maya through his internal potency. And why he is coming? He says that in a Baldev Vidyabhushan commentary, it says that Atma Maya or Yog Maya is a causeless mercy of Krishna. He is coming in two-handed form just to show his causeless mercy, so we can meditate on the two-handed form rather than meditating on his impersonal form. as an impersonal Brahman. Because many of the Mayavadi, they don't have any conception of the two-handed form. And they are very afraid of even thinking of the two-handed form. Because they think that there is a separate existence. If there is a separate individual spiritual existence, then it's very dangerous for them. They want to merge into Krishna. They think that it is very dangerous to have separate individuality because according to them, the body is material, it is perishable, it is full of ignorance. And they think that the spiritual body is also same like a material body. So they don't want a separate individual existence. They want to merge in existence. There are also other people who are confused by the different theories. There are so many theories right now. Christians have got their own theory. Everyone has got his own conception of God. So they are confused and they started hallucination. And they think that getting high and getting the feeling of that highness is a realization of the God. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sango Ta Bhajanam Kriya. There are certain steps and by which you can attain to Krishna. The first step is should have faith, should have firm faith. Then second step come is a sadhu sangha. You should associate with the devotees. Bhajana kriya. Then it comes the initiation from the bona fide spiritual master. And the fourth step is bhajan kriya. And once you start the bhajan kriya, your anartha will start coming out. That is the longest phase. And that is the most difficult phase we often face in the temple life. We find so many fall with pressure. That is the anartha nivriti stage. We have to hang on at this stage because this is the stage where people get out. If we hang on at this stage, we'll come to the Nishtha platform. I don't know apart from then Nishtha, then it comes Bhava, then it's come Ruchi, then Bhava, and then Prema. So there are different platforms. To get that promotion, you need to formula applies. If you need a promotion in the spiritual life, you have to wait for the right time and the right moment. Meantime, you have to have full faith in the words of your spiritual master that if you follow the instruction of Srila Prabhupada and your spiritual master and your authority, sincerely by the mercy of Krishna and Vaishnava, you will overcome all the stages. Krishnaraj Kavidas Goswami, while writing his Chaitanya Charitamrita, he is saying that Murkh, Neech, Shudra, Muni, Vishaya Lalsa. And Vaishnav Agnya Kare Etaka Sahas, something like that. That means I am the lowest of the lowest, I am the very low born person. But why I am doing all these things? Because of the mercy of Vaishnav. And believe me, if you keep 90% on the mercy of Vaishnav and 10% on you, the things will go very easily. But if you try to struggle 80% your efforts and 10% Vaishnav's and Krishna mercy, you will struggle a lot. But the only thing, the best formula to success in Krishna consciousness, what I have learned is that 90% it works on the Vaishnav's mercy. And 10% by their mercy, you get so much of power to do so many things that you even don't know what you are doing sometime. And it happens when I go for book distribution and started on the very first day, I was not having any conception what I was doing. Believe me, I was not even knowing how to talk with people. And the books was going on the very first day. And till now it is going. And I still don't know how it is going. It's not going because of my own thing. It's going because of the Vaishnava mercy. I'm an Indian body. We even don't know how to speak English properly in the airports. The people are running like anything over there. We can't even stop them. And in that situation, Bhagavad Gita is going. Not one, not two, 20 of them. It's not easy thing. And why it's going? Because your Vaishnavas empower you to do such services. So my humble request is that anyone who wants success in the life, in Krishna consciousness, be humble and carry out with your service with the right honesty and integrity. That is the most important thing. If you're honest and if you're with your work and you're humble, that I cannot do anything. Whatever is coming is just coming from the mercy of Vaishnava. I'm unfit. Then that mercy will flow and you can do so many things. The existence of Lord's form is supported by all Vedic literature. So again, the same thing. If any religion, if any literature or any scripture that doesn't support the Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead, that scripture is driving us toward the atheism. Because atheists are the demoniac people. Krishna said that namam dushkritano mudha prapadyante naradhama mayaya apartha gnana asuram bhavam ashrita. Arjuna was asking that if everyone knows you, if everyone knows that all these energies are you and indirectly all the devatas are coming from you, then why the people are not surrendering to you? The Krishna is saying because they are dushkritino mudha, those miscreants. Miscreants means criminals. Prabhupada used a very heavy word, miscreants. They are criminals. Those miscreants, namam those mudha, they are foolish. Prapadyante naradhama, they are the lowest among the mankind. Prapadyante naradhama. Maya partha gnana, whose knowledge is stolen by the illusion, they do not surrender to me. Asuram bhavam ashrita, those who have taken the atheistic nature of demons. For example, this modern university and schools and colleges where you go for prasadam distribution, it's just a slaughterhouse. We are not telling that it's not good to have university and colleges. But the way they are guiding the students over there, it's a kind of, honestly, I'm telling, I have seen over there is a kind of slaughterhouse. The boys and girls are running from one lecture hall to other lecture hall like a like they don't know what they're doing. Blindly they are running. And we try to stop them for 1 second. Oh no, I don't have time. I have so much thing to be carried on. And some people even don't sleep at the night times. We try to give them book and they are so much of depressed and we tell why what happened? Your eyes are so red. I haven't slept from 2 days. I've got so many things to be taken care of. Now this is not a human civilization. Tadavag visargo janatag viplavo yashmin prati shlokan abadvatyapi. The meaning of this verse is the literature which is full of description of the pastime of Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are different in creation. And why they are created? To bring the revolution in the impious life of the world misdirected civilization. First of all, we have to understand that the civilization is misdirected. If we are not convinced that civilization is misdirected, we cannot preach Krishna consciousness. First of all, we should be knowing that this civilization is misdirected because we can get lost in the same nature when we go to the schools, when we go to the different society to preach outside the world. We can be the same like them by the sway of Maya. But we have to get convinced that no, this is really a strong thing. These people are going in a wrong direction. And we should be responsible. We as a citizen, we as a devotees of Krishna should take this step forward, telling them that, sir, your society and you are going somewhere wrong and you have to accept some other process where you can get free from birth, death, old age, and disease. Otherwise, it is same like animals. Ahar, nidra, bhay, maithunam cha, samanyam etat pashugi naranam. It's similar. Then what is the difference between animal and human? We have intelligence. And if we are not using that intelligence in service of Krishna, then we are wasting another human form of life. So it is very important that whatever and whichever way when the person come in the temple or wherever we are going, at least we should use our mouth to preach someone. That is the most important thing we can do. The simple service we can do for Srila Prabhupada that we should use our mouth to preach about Krishna consciousness. So everyone from today should take a little responsibility that wherever they are going, wherever they are meeting the people, they should speak something about Krishna so that the word Krishna will go into their ears. And Prabhupada told that the word when enter the ear will never be wasted. Krishna will enter the ear. Somehow, some way he will take Krishna consciousness. Apart means sometime in his life. We don't know. But we have to do our homework. We have to do our homework. We have to go and tell them that this is what we are doing and this is we ask them a question many times that are you happy with your life? And they don't have answer also. That, what do you mean by happiness? If not happy, then I'll be happy in future because I'm working toward there. But what do you mean you're happy in future? You're working like animals. You're just wasting your human form of life to get a degrees and you don't have a job also. So this thing we have to get convinced and we have to convince other people also. That's this thing I want that's all I want to say over here. The purport is really small. If anyone wants to add something, Prabhu.
First of all, thank you for doing this on the fly. I asked you like 30 seconds before. So, um, of course, you signed up for it. So, earlier in the class, you were mentioning that maybe I understood it that way, that we are supposed to be doing nishkama karma.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, can you explain, are we doing nishkama karma or are we doing bhakti or what are we doing?
Nishkam karma and bhakti, they both are same. There are, means the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in fourth chapter that what is the intricacy of karma is very difficult to understand. What is karma? What is akarma? And what is vikarma? So, Nishkam Karma Yoga means engaging in Krishna consciousness, working toward the Krishna consciousness. Nishkam Karma Yoga means the higher goal is there. What is that higher goal? Spiritual goal is there. Self realization, realization of Atma is there. So we are trying to renounce all the fruits of result. We are not attached to the fruits of result. And we are following the scriptures. And that is the quality of the person who is working in a Nishkam Karma Yoga. He is not purified person. He is working toward the purification. So Nishkam Karma Yoga, by doing Nishkam Karma Yoga, you can purify your senses. You can purify your intelligence. And once you purify your intelligence, you'll be at the level of Jnana. Jnana means knowledge of Atma and Paramatma. And once you are at the knowledge of Jnana, then and then only you can come at the level of Bhakti. Without Jnana, Bhakti is very difficult. So, Nishkam Karma Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. In one sense, Nishkam Karma Yoga can be called Bhakti Yoga, but it's not a true Bhakti Yoga. It's not a pure devotion. It's a working, it's a step forward toward the Bhakti Yoga. We are not purified. We are working toward purification. We are doing our homework. Does it make sense, bro?
That distinction is helpful. Um, the act as given by Srila Prabhupada, their activities now um, depending upon the disposition of their mind or consciousness. So while one is performing the activities of bhakti, that their consciousness bhakti is different from nishkama. Devotional service is defined as anyabhilashita shunya jnana karmani. So Prabhupada designed or Rupa Goswami designed our activities with that principle or with those principles in mind. So it's I liked your earlier point that we should be clear why we are doing what we are doing. Then we enter the realm of sadhana bhakti. Otherwise, they look like karma yoga.
Can I add something?
Sure.
If you don't mind. Prabhu, what Bhagavad Gita means is not directly talking about devotional service. There are first 6 chapters, where first 2, 3, and 4 chapter are broadly explaining about the Karma Yoga, and specifically it's concentrating on Nishkam Karma Yoga. Because in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 3, verse number 4, it's specifically written that without doing your prescribed duty, you cannot be purified. And without purification, the mere abstinence of work will not help you in attaining the steadiness of Jnana, and you will not be getting a liberation and by renunciating of such work. And the same thing in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 6, it says that why Karma Yoga is important. Because Karma Yoga in chapter 6, verse number 6, I think so. It's 6 or something like that, or 5, 6. It is said that without the Karma Yogi is called true sannyasi. It says over there, Nishkam Karma Yogi is called true sannyasi. And the person who distinguishes jnana and karma is an ignorant person. Krishna specifically written over there because jnana and karma has the same goal. Sankhya philosophy says detachment from the matter, and bhakti, when you detach yourself from the matter, attachment to the Krishna is a for sure, right? Because Krishna specifically says over there. So detachment and attachment come side by side. It goes alongside. So Krishna specifically mentioned that one who sees the goal of both the thing are same is actually a true seer. And he tells Arjuna, there is no question of asking this question, that what is better, karma or jnana? Because karma and jnana both are same one sense. Karma means nishkam karma yoga. You're renouncing everything. And jnana yoga means working toward the higher goal, self-realization. That there is no reaction for the work, so that it is a karma. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what is the difference between how the wise do the works? Akarma, what is that verse, Prabhu? Akarmani, akarma, cha karmani ya pashyet, akarmani, what is it? Action in action. And when you say action in inaction is a true seer. That is the meaning of the verse is the one who see action in inaction. And inaction in action is actually the person who is doing the work. So what is action then? Action is doing Krishna Nishkam Karma Yoga. It could not be a true bhakti, is working toward Nishkam Karma Yoga. Is inaction. Why? Because Jai Jagan Prabhu is always telling that, because there is no reaction to that work. And who sees action in inaction. Inaction means actually the Nishkam Karma Yoga is inaction, because there is no reaction. But since you are working toward that goal is Jnana. We are working with the Jnana platform. That Jnana is called action. So he's seeing action in inaction, action in action, action is a true person who actually sees the thing. Am I wrong or right, Prabhu? So without what I'm telling you, that Prabhu, what I'm trying to explain in this thing, that without Nishkam Karma Yoga, there is no possibility of getting Jnana Yoga. Without Jnana Yoga, there is no possibility of Ashthan Yoga, controlling the mind. And without Ashthan Yoga, there is no possibility of Bhakti. And without Bhakti, there is no possibility of liberation. There could be some exceptional cases where you get immediately, by the mercy of devotee, you get Bhakti. But it's a very rare case. But we are working in the Nishkam platform where authorities is giving us some work. Okay, Param Koruna, go for book distribution. Okay, you do painting work. You go to, this is how you are engaging your senses and purifying your senses. Yes.
So it may look like Nishkama karma, but it's within the realm of bhakti,
Yes.
which is fine. But Nishkama karma is not bhakti
No.
in and of itself.
No. Yes.
But within bhakti, it has its place.
Yes.
So does jnana, so does yoga, etc.
Yes.
Because there are devotees, for example, Sriman Rasikananda Prabhu, an associate of Lord Chaitanya. All the yogic siddhis were already there in him. Or Sri Narada Muni. All the yogic siddhis are there. But you don't have to separately cultivate yogic siddhis. They're a subset of bhakti. So our activities, we don't necessarily term them as nishkama karma. Now, specifically, we may, depending on the person's consciousness. These are activities of bhakti,
Yes.
which have a nishkama component in it.
Yes.
A nishkama karma is someone performing prescribed duties. Is, let's say there's a mother, and the mother is very diligently serving her child or children, and she says, "This is my duty. I have to take care of my children." Krishna may not even be in the picture, but she is nishkama in that sense.
Yes.
And nishkama karma yoga is the next step where one may be very dutiful in what they're doing and may give the fruits to Krishna, but they're still doing activities that are quote unquote mundane. And bhakti is that even the activity they see is fully spiritual. For example, when you ask someone, "How's life?" Quite often you get an answer, "The spiritual life side is okay, material life is struggle." The fact that they see the difference, that is going to job or something is material, then naturally their experience will also be material, because they don't see that as service to Krishna. How can I see what I do with my office as service to Krishna? I may say, "Oh, service to Krishna," but I don't see it as that. I don't feel it as service to Krishna. So it remains material. Then they're doing karma yoga.
Yes.
But one can go to the office and be fully Krishna conscious, like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, of course, very high example. But it's not like this is mundane and that is spiritual.
Yes.
He's carrying his Krishna consciousness into all activities.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying, because it's very difficult to distinguish the material work and means everything. Prabhu don't like this word. Everything is spiritual. You can distinguish material or spiritual, but that consciousness. Prabhu is giving example of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Everyone may not work in that consciousness. So for us, Nishkam Karma Yoga is working in Krishna consciousness. That's only the thing. Whatever we're doing for the satisfaction of Krishna. That's a Nishkam Karma Yoga. Yes, Prabhuji, you would answer. Acharya Nishtha Prabhu was there in the.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, I was just thinking how we always hear that the yoga ladder, there's karma, jnana, you said ashtanga, then one can come to bhakti. So this is just related, but I thought we would hear that if you just, bhakti is like the elevator. Actually, you don't need to, it's not like you have to go step by step on the staircase. You just take to bhakti immediately. Is that correct?
Bhakti, you can take, but it may not be good, because you're not at that platform to take bhakti immediately. First, let's say if a new bhakta come in the temple and he say that, okay, I want to chant in front of deity, I don't want to go anywhere. We'll laugh. We'll not laugh, but we'll say that, Prabhu, this is impossible. You can't stick more than 2 hours. You have to engage yourself actively in Krishna consciousness with the body, mind, and word. Otherwise, let me. Otherwise, you will fall. We know that you'll fall down, because actually, without higher engagement, he cannot be in the higher platform. In one day, he cannot purify his consciousness, it purify his soul, and sit at one place. So it may be possible in certain case, because of his past impression, because of his past karma, he can take the process. But I think it's very rare, Prabhu.
Well, I think just engaging him in some practical service with his senses, that's not like descending to a different form of yoga. Yoga means linking, so bhakti yoga is a process. If it was just pure bhakti, then we'd call it pure devotional service. But bhakti yoga implies that it's a process of yoga, means it's a progress, right? You take to the practice of bhakti yoga.
Okay.
So then going out doing some temple service thing, it's not like he's coming down to jnana yoga or karma yoga, like Prabhu was saying, but rather that's an aspect of bhakti.
Yes.
So he's still engaging in bhakti yoga.
Yes.
It's not that he's doing ashtanga or karma.
But is he following 4 regulative principle? He's chanting 16 round. Because going out is easy, but competing with those people is really hard.
But bhakti yoga means engage in activities pleasing to the Lord. So it's a process. He's going to get there, but he's not going to start
so
with.
he's not at that platform. So we have to
No,
then
he's still in bhakti yoga. He's doing
there.
bhakti yoga.
He's there.
Yeah.
He's in a medical school. He's going to be a doctor, for sure. But he cannot skip on the 4th year. He cannot start rotation on the very first day.
So then what does he do? He goes and does
Yeah, he
karma
has to start from
yoga
the
and does
first.
some jnana yoga.
Yeah, he has to start.
Does some meditation.
No. Prabhupada gave the 4 regulative principles, chanting 16. Everything comes in 4 principles. Chanting 16 round, that is the most important thing. Everything comes in chanting your 16 round. The way you do your chanting, the day is planned on that time. The way you do chanting. So if he's chanting good rounds, 16 rounds, sitting at one place in front of Tulsi or anywhere, he's concentrating, then he's eligible to go anywhere and preach or can do anything. But if he's struggling with 16 round, Hare Krishna, then he's not at that platform.
So he's not qualified for bhakti
No,
yoga.
he's qualified for bhakti, but he need a training. We need a training. I need a training because I'm sleeping while I'm chanting. So I need.
I'm just talking about the specific process. Which process he's engaged in.
He's in a bhakti process for sure.
Okay. Yeah. It's bhakti yoga. Karma Mishra Bhakti.
I think Prabhu Bhagavad Gita, Krishna in 3.7, Krishna says that the verse after Karmendriyani Sayamya Yaste Manasasmara. Krishna says that this is a very specific word. It struck to my mind that sincere person who's trying to work by keeping the mind control. How the mind can be controlled? By submission to the sacred text and by following the guru orders and authorities orders. So 2 things. Submission to the sacred text should come. Following the Guru's order should come. And he is not attached to anything. And he's working in Karma Yoga. Krishna word, specific word, Karma Yoga. And what is that Karma Yoga? In the bracket, it shows that Krishna consciousness. So the very broadly that term is given Karma Yoga, Nishkam Karma Yoga. So he's working in the Krishna consciousness with the mind detached from everything and mind attached to Krishna consciousness. He is a true yogi compared to the other person who is not doing any kind of work. So that is the thing. He is in the school, Mishra Bhakti is there. He is working toward the goal. He is not purified. He is doing Nishkam Karma Yoga, which is not actually called Bhakti, but is working toward Bhakti. And by doing this kind of work, one day he will purify. Jnana will come that I am not the body, I am soul. Okay, that's the knowledge. I am not a body, then the soul. Now what next? I have to engage my soul in higher service. Because if we remain to the level of Jnana, then again it's a dangerous thing. So this process is very wonderful process that every day we wake up in the morning, coming, we are doing Gurvashtakam. If they stick to that process, if we stick to the process, the Jnana will come and the Jnana will automatically, if the Jnana comes, automatically the spontaneity come within few months. But the Jnana platform is very difficult to come. He has to stick to the process. Am I, we can talk. It's a little bit hazy.
Hare Krishna. Steve and I have been studying the Madhuri Kandamini of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. We just started it, but the topic of bhakti is self-manifest, is discussed in the first chapter. So there, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives a clear distinction between what is karma, what is jnana, and what is bhakti. Bhakti is not at all dependent on any other type of practice.
Yes, sir.
According to the author, it's incorrect to think that other activities can lead to bhakti. Although they help, certainly, but technically bhakti is self-manifest. So he explains that means that the devotee carrying bhakti within his heart intervenes in the life of the conditioned soul and gives him the mercy of the Lord, which allows him to enter into the realm of bhakti, which is interesting because that corresponds with Rupa Goswami's presentation in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that it's the taking shelter of the spiritual master that's the doorway to bhakti.
Yes.
So then, as Prabhu is mentioning, like any activity executed under the authority of the spiritual master is pure devotional practice, because he's representing Krishna himself. And then the other angas or limbs of bhakti are described there. What is bhakti and what is not bhakti, that's in the Nectar of Devotion. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, but the pure devotee has done his homework. He gave the seed to him. But now watering should be done by that's your homework. I mean, someone gave me the seed. He brought me to a temple. Now it's my duty. What is my goal? What I need, and how to build the fence. Hearing, chanting, not doing any offense. That's the thing I have to do. That's the homework of mine. Nobody can do my homework, right, Prabhu?
Totally, for sure.
So bhakti
Unless
is causeless.
we get special mercy.
Bhakti is causeless. But then, when the causeless mercy come, to keep that causeless mercy with you, there is a homework. That homework comes with you, assignment comes with you, and you have to do that.
Just appreciation. I really liked the point you made about how are we understanding. Is it I'm doing 80% and the mercy of the devotees in the Lord is 20%, or is it I'm doing 10% and the mercy of the devotees in the Lord is 90%? I really like that
Yeah,
point.
because we often get puffed up. We do something, we think we have done something.
Yeah.
So keep ourselves here. This is the best thing, Prabhu. When you come with the new school, this is my daily meditation. When you come in the new nursery school, in chapter number 6, Arjuna in action. Shloka, what is good? At one point you are saying that Yushna said both are good. Karma is better than renunciation because karma is a fault in the consciousness. commit abominable activities, he again start doing the work. So he is in the safe platform. But rather than the Mayavadis or impersonalists, they are stuck to the Jnana platform. Engagement of soul, rasom of sikh. What is that? Vishaya vinay vartante. They don't have higher engagement. So they fall down, they come down to the level of humanitarianism or socialism. But even if we sometimes we fall, the devotees, that what is the